The box was polished and refined, wrapped in matte black with silver inscription and the legendary Mercedes-Benz emblem proudly displayed on its cover. Just moments before, Alex Eala had dismantled Vekic 6-2 on center court, delivering such a commanding performance that even the corporate boxes were alive with energy and excitement. But what unfolded next was something nobody could have anticipated. As the 21-year-old Filipino sensation walked off the grass, a man dressed in a perfectly tailored suit descended from the VIP enclosure. Security stepped aside without question. Cameras swung rapidly toward the developing scene. And when a senior Mercedes-Benz executive began to speak, the entire tennis world seemed to hold its breath in collective anticipation. He didn't simply offer Alex Eala his congratulations on an impressive victory. He made an announcement that left the Filipino star completely frozen in place and left millions of fans across the globe utterly speechless. What exactly did the German automotive powerhouse offer Alex Eala following her stunning Berlin Open triumph? And why is this moment already being described as the most unexpected endorsement story of the entire grass court season? Berlin, Germany. June 15, 2026. Rot-Weiss Tennis Club, Center Court. An unforgettable chapter was about to be written. The final point was a declaration. Alex Eala's left-handed serve exploded down the tee at 113 miles per hour. And Vekic, the Croatian veteran who had been playing some of the finest grass court tennis of her entire career, could do nothing but watch as the ball kissed the line perfectly. The Olympic silver medalist never even managed to get her racket on it. The scoreboard read 6-2, 6-2, and the match concluded after just 68 minutes. Philippine flags surged furiously throughout the stands as waves of passionate chanting rolled around the historic Steffi Graf Stadium. Alex Eala, the 21-year-old from Quezon City who had arrived in Berlin carrying nothing more than a wild card entry, had just produced the most dominant individual performance of her grass court season. The victory represented her third consecutive win over Vekic, extending her head-to-head record against the Croatian to a perfect 3-0. She had previously beaten Vekic at the ASB Classic in Auckland in a dramatic 4-6, 6-4, 6-4 comeback before adding this Berlin victory alongside an earlier exhibition win at the Kwang Classic. More significantly, however, the performance sent a clear and powerful message to the rest of the Berlin Open field, to the WTA Tour, and to the broader tennis world. Alex Eala was no longer simply a participant. She was a genuine contender. As she raised her fist toward the roaring crowd, a quiet smile spreading across her face, she had no idea that the most remarkable moment of the entire day was still ahead of her. Because high above center court, inside the VIP section, someone of considerable importance had been watching her performance very closely, and he was already preparing to make his way down. Berlin, Germany. June 15, 2026. Inside the Rot-Weiss Tennis Club Players' Tunnel, Alex Eala had just completed her on-court interview. The crowd remained animated from her commanding display, and Philippine flags continued to flutter proudly throughout every corner of the stadium. With her racket bags draped over her shoulder, Eala was already beginning to redirect her concentration toward her next challenge, world number 2 Elena Rybakina, who awaited her in the second round. Then something out of the ordinary caught her attention. Security personnel who had been standing in relaxed positions suddenly snapped to alertness. Tournament officials near the tunnel entrance straightened their jackets and exchanged swift, knowing glances. Moments later, a man in a sharp navy suit, accompanied by 2 assistants, emerged from the VIP section and moved directly and purposefully toward the players' tunnel. While his face may not have been instantly recognizable to the average tennis spectator, the brand he represented was known across every corner of the globe. Mercedes-Benz has maintained long-standing ties to the world of professional tennis. The German automotive giant had recently unveiled the groundbreaking Mercedes-Benz signature court at the Berlin Open, a revolutionary 3-sided installation inspired by the company's iconic 3-pointed star, developed in close collaboration with the WTA. 3-time Grand Slam champion Coco Gauff, a Mercedes-Benz global ambassador, had taken part in the court's opening exhibition event. Yet despite the brand's significant presence within the sport, Mercedes-Benz very rarely made personal appearances at tournaments to seek out individual players in this manner, which made the executive's unexpected approach all the more remarkable and intriguing. Alex Eala paused as her agent stepped forward and exchanged a few quiet, measured words with the executive. A moment later, her agent turned back toward her, expression carefully composed. "He wants to meet you," her agent said quietly. Eala glanced at her coach, then shifted her gaze back to the executive. She had no idea what this could be about. Was it a potential sponsorship inquiry, a networking opportunity, or something else entirely? Something she couldn't yet begin to imagine? After a brief pause, she gave a single nod. "Okay." The executive smiled warmly and gestured toward a private suite overlooking center court. Eala followed, her team trailing closely behind. Cameras captured the scene immediately, the ascending Filipina star walking side by side with a senior Mercedes-Benz executive, her expression composed yet visibly curious. Within minutes, those photographs had spread across every major social media platform, igniting a wave of intense speculation. Was Mercedes-Benz preparing to sign her as a global ambassador? Was a landmark sponsorship agreement on the verge of being announced? What exactly was happening behind those closed doors? Fans and analysts flooded the internet with theories, and the hashtag Alex Mercedes began trending within the hour. Yet despite the mounting excitement, no one knew the truth. Not yet. Berlin, Germany. June 15th, 2026. Inside a private suite overlooking center court, Rot-Weiss Tennis Club. Alex Eala sat across from the senior Mercedes-Benz executive. Through the floor-to-ceiling glass windows, she could observe the grounds crew carefully preparing the court for the next match, while fans slowly folded the Philippine flags they had waved so proudly during her victory just moments earlier. The executive's manner was respectful, almost reverential. When he finally spoke, his voice was warm, yet carried the quiet, composed authority of someone long accustomed to making decisions of consequence. "Miss Eala, I've been watching you for quite some time. Not just today, and not just this week. I've followed your journey, from the Rafa Nadal Academy to your breakthrough performance in Miami. From your triumph in Birmingham to what we witnessed together on center court just a short while ago." Alex Eala listened carefully, her expression calm and unreadable. The executive leaned forward slightly before continuing. "You remind me of something. Mercedes-Benz has always stood for precision, resilience, innovation, and the relentless pursuit of excellence in the face of adversity. That is exactly what we witnessed in you today, and it is what we have been observing in your career for years." He paused, allowing those words to settle fully into the room as the distant sounds of the tournament drifted softly through the glass. "That is why I am here," the executive said, reaching into his jacket. He produced a small velvet box, black, with elegant silver lettering and the distinctive Mercedes-Benz star displayed on its lid. Alex Eala felt her breath catch as he set the box on the table between them and gently opened it. Inside was a key. Sleek, contemporary, and unmistakably Mercedes-Benz. "This is for you," he said with a warm smile. "A small token of our admiration. A Mercedes-Benz of your choosing. Any model, any color, delivered anywhere in the world." The room fell completely silent. Alex Eala looked at the key, then at the executive, then back at the key, struggling to fully absorb what she had just heard. "I don't know what to say," she whispered. The executive smiled gently. "You don't have to say anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting. Keep inspiring. Keep making the world watch. The Mercedes-Benz family welcomes you." Outside the suite, the tennis world continued to buzz with rampant speculation. The hashtag Alex Mercedes had already accumulated millions of views, but no one could have anticipated the reaction that followed once the details of the meeting finally came to light. Within hours, reports began flowing across every social media platform. Mercedes-Benz had reportedly gifted Alex Eala a luxury vehicle, not as part of a formal sponsorship arrangement, not as a structured endorsement deal, but as a deeply personal gesture of admiration following her dominant center court performance. The tennis world erupted. Filipino fans who had spent years watching Alex Eala battle through hardship, sacrifice, and overlooked opportunities suddenly found themselves witnessing something genuinely extraordinary. One of the world's most prestigious and recognizable automotive brands had chosen to honor the young Filipina star not through a conventional commercial agreement, but through a personal act from one of its own senior executives. Social media overflowed with responses. Mercedes-Benz just gave Alexa a car. The executive came down from the VIP section himself. "This isn't sponsorship. This is recognition," one fan wrote. Another posted, "She dominated Vekic 6-2, and then walked away with a Mercedes. What a day. What a champion." A third added, "From humble beginnings in Quezon City to receiving personal recognition from a German automotive giant, Alex Eala is becoming something far greater than a tennis player. She is becoming a global sports icon." Many observers noted that Mercedes-Benz's interest in Eala appeared far from coincidental. The company had recently deepened its involvement in professional tennis by unveiling the innovative Mercedes-Benz signature court at the Berlin Open, a uniquely designed three-sided exhibition court inspired by the brand's iconic three-pointed star, created to showcase its ongoing commitment to innovation, performance, and excellence. In the view of many fans and analysts, those same values were now being reflected in the meteoric rise of Alex Eala herself. The court had been developed in collaboration with the WTA and featured global brand ambassador Coco Gauff as its headline attraction for the Berlin Tennis Open. Mercedes-Benz has created a unique fusion of sport, innovation, and design, the company stated in its official announcement. The Mercedes-Benz signature court is the first tennis court of its kind, featuring 3 court sides for an entirely exceptional playing experience. Yet for many observers, Alex Eala represented something that went beyond innovation. She embodied resilience. Mercedes-Benz has maintained deep roots in professional tennis for years. In 2023, the company became the official automotive partner of the Miami Open, one of the premier events on the WTA calendar, through a multi-year agreement encompassing player transportation, brand integration, and enhanced fan experiences. In 2024, Mercedes-Benz further expanded its footprint in the sport by announcing a premier partnership with the WTA Tour, elevating its relationship with women's tennis to a truly global scale. The company's collaboration with Coco Gauff, who became a global brand ambassador in 2023, had already proven to be an enormous success. As a Grand Slam champion, Gauff embodied many of the qualities Mercedes-Benz holds closest: performance, elegance, confidence, and an unrelenting drive to succeed. But Alex Eala's story was altogether different. She was not yet a Grand Slam champion. She had not spent years entrenched at the very summit of the rankings. Instead, she represented something equally compelling: a young athlete clawing her way onto the world stage through determination, perseverance, and an unshakable belief in her own potential. That journey, many believed, was precisely what made her impossible to overlook. She was not yet a household name in the Western world. She was a 21-year-old from a developing tennis nation, still fighting for her first Wimbledon seeding. And yet, Mercedes-Benz had taken notice. When asked about the gift, a Mercedes-Benz spokesperson released a brief official statement. Alex Eala embodies the spirit of Mercedes-Benz: precision, resilience, and the pursuit of excellence against all odds. She has carried her nation's hopes on her shoulders without breaking, and that is something we admire deeply. The statement did not clarify whether this was a singular gesture or the beginning of a formal long-term partnership. But the implication was unmistakable. Mercedes-Benz had taken notice, and Eala's trajectory away from the court had just taken a significant and meaningful step forward. For her part, Eala remained characteristically grounded. "I'm still processing," she told a reporter following the meeting. "I've always admired Mercedes-Benz, the engineering, the design, the court. To be recognized by them in this way, it's surreal." She paused, a quiet smile forming on her face. "But I have a match to prepare for. Elena Rybakina. That's always in the back of my mind. That's what drives me." The gift from Mercedes-Benz was unexpected, but it was also a form of validation. a recognition that Alex Eala's appeal and impact extend far beyond the boundaries of the tennis court. The German automotive giant, a brand synonymous worldwide with precision, luxury, and the relentless pursuit of excellence, had chosen her. Mercedes-Benz has deep, established roots in tennis, serving as the official automotive partner of the Miami Open and a premier partner of the WTA Tour. Their partnership with Coco Gauff, who became a global brand ambassador in 2023, has been widely celebrated as a landmark collaboration. Now, in her own unique way, Eala had become part of the Mercedes-Benz story. "I think they see what we see," her coach said. "A fighter, a competitor, someone who never surrenders. That's why they gave her the car. That's why they'll keep watching." The second-round showdown against Elena Rybakina is scheduled for Wednesday, June 17, 2026. The winner advances to the quarterfinals. The loser departs the tournament and shifts her focus entirely toward Wimbledon. The stakes could not be higher. Rybakina, the 2022 Wimbledon champion, remains one of the most dangerous and difficult players to face on grass, possessing a serve and ground game specifically built to dominate fast court surfaces. But Alex Eala, the 21-year-old from Quezon City, who has already defied every expectation placed upon her on the WTA Tour and claimed breakthrough after breakthrough on grass, is not afraid. The Mercedes-Benz key may be resting quietly in her hotel room, but her focus is already fixed firmly on what lies ahead. Because for Alex Eala, the next match is always waiting. After Alex Eala demolished Donna Vekic 6-2 in the opening round of the Berlin Open, a stunning moment unfolded away from the court. A senior Mercedes-Benz executive descended personally from the VIP section and presented the Filipina star with an extraordinary surprise, a Mercedes-Benz of her choosing, any model, any color, delivered anywhere in the world. Alex Eala embodies the spirit of Mercedes-Benz, precision, resilience, and the pursuit of excellence against all odds, the executive said, in words that immediately set the tennis world alight. Within hours, the hashtag #AlexGetsMercedes was trending globally as fans around the world celebrated the unexpected gesture and what it signified for the rising star's ever-growing international profile. Yet amid all the attention and celebration, Eala remained focused and grounded, still quietly processing the remarkable moment while directing her full preparation toward her second-round collision with world number 2 Elena Rybakina.